Hello dear students, this is the session 2 of States of Matter, class 11 chemistry, chapter number 5. This is the second lecture. In this lecture we will specially introduce about the gas laws and the ideal gas equation. First of all, what is gas law? The volume of a given sample of a gas depends on the temperature and pressure applied to it. Any change in temperature or pressure will affect the volume of the gas. This relationship, which describe the general behavior of gases, are called gas laws. One more time. First of all, what is gas law? You know very well the volume of any gas or a given sample of gas. We all know that gas depends upon the temperature and pressure. So if there will be any changing in temperature and pressure, definitely there will be changing in the gases because these things affect the gas. So the relationship between this behavior of gases is called gas law. Now we'll talk about Boyle's law. What is Boyle's law? Boyle's law, it relates volume and pressure of a given mass of a gas at constant temperature. Boyle states that at constant temperature, the volume of a given mass of a gas is inversely with the pressure. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume at constant temperature and the number of moles. That is, P inversely proportional to volume, P is equal to K by V, or PV is equal to K. The value of K depends on amount of a gas and the temperature. If we compare initial and final conditions, mathematically, Boyle's law can be written as P1 V1 is equal to P2 V2. Boyle's law can be verified by any of the following three ways. So first of all, let me show you the graphically as follows. You can just see this, right? So the graph of this volume versus pressure at the constant temperature are also known as isotherm. What it is known as? Isotherm. As you have seen the three curves in the graph, the first curve shows decrease in volume with increase in pressure at constant temperature. The shape of the curve is rectangular hyperbola. Second curve shows volume and reciprocal of pressure is a straight line. It confirms the statement of Boyle's law. And third curve shows a straight line parallel to pressure or parallel to pressure axis, that is product of pressure and volume of a given mass of a gas at constant temperature, which is constant. So the location of straight line and curve changes at different temperature. You can see here in this three graph, volume, inversely of volume, pressure and volume. So according to Boyle's law, PV is equal to constant and at a constant temperature. So according to Boyle's law, you can see PV is equal to constant at constant temperature. Therefore, log P plus log V is equal to log K. So that's why log P is equal to log K minus log V. You can plot a graph of log P and log V. Significance of Boyle's law, very important. At constant mass and temperature, at constant mass and temperature, the density of a gas is directly proportional to its pressure and inversely proportional to its volume. Thus, density is directly proportional to pressure and inversely proportional to volume. Volume is equal to mass upon density. So d1 by d2 is equal to p1 by p2. That is equal to v2 by v1, which is also equal to constant. At altitudes, as pressure is low, density of air is less. That is why the mountaineers carry oxygen cylinders. Charles' law, it relates the volume and temperature of a given mass of a gas at constant pressure. Thus, all gases expand or contract by the same fraction of their volume at 0 degree Celsius per degree change of temperature. Charles' law states that at constant pressure, the volume of a given mass of a gas increases or decreases by 1 upon 273.15 Kelvin of its volume at 0 degrees Celsius for every 1 degree rise or fall in temperature. So you can see this Charles' law. I'm showing you the diagrams of a Charles' law. You can see these diagrams. Yeah, so let V0 and Vt are the volumes of gas at 0 degrees Celsius and T degrees Celsius. As temperature is increased and the new volume becomes, thus Vt is equal to V0 plus V0 by 273.15 into T, that is equal to V0 into 1 plus T by 273.15. So Vt is equal to V0 into 273.15 plus T upon 273.15. A new temperature scale was introduced known as Kelvin scale or absolute scale. The lower limit of the scale is called absolute zero, which corresponds to minus 273 degrees Celsius. At absolute zero, or minus 273 degrees Celsius, all molecular motions would stop and the volume of the gases would become zero. The gas would become a liquid or solid. Thus, absolute zero is that temperature at which no substance exists in the gaseous state. Remember everyone, what is absolute zero? Absolute zero is that temperature at which no substance exists in the gaseous state. The temperature is absolute scale is always obtained by adding 273 to the temperature expressed in degrees Celsius. K is equal to T degrees Celsius plus 273 by substituting T for 273 plus T and T for 273 in equation. So Vt is equal to V0 into T by T0, or Vt by T is equal to V0 by T0. V by T is equal to constant K. So V is equal to Kt if pressure is kept constant. This is the mathematical expression of Charles' law. What was the mathematical expression of Boyle's law? I have already informed you. Pressure is inversely proportional to volume, and here volume is directly proportional to temperature. That time temperature was constant, here pressure is constant, right? So now at constant pressure, the volume of a given amount of a gas is directly proportional to its absolute temperature. So you can see here Charles' law verified by plotting the values of volume at absolute temperature and at constant pressure gives the straight line. So it is also observed that each line or isobar, when extrapolated, cuts the temperature axis at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius. It means all gases at minus 273.15 degrees Celsius will have zero volume. That is, gas does not exist. Means at 0 degrees Celsius any gas does not exist. Remember this word. And can you tell me what are the significance? So I am telling you the significance. At constant mass and pressure, density of a gas is inversely proportional to its absolute temperature. So thus density is inversely proportional to temperature, density is inversely proportional to volume. So therefore d1 by d2 is equal to t2 by t1 is equal to v2 by v1, that is equal to constant. Use of hot air balloon in sports and meteorological observation is an application of Charles' law. Gay-Lussac's law, it relates the pressure and absolute temperature of a given mass of a gas at constant volume. At constant volume, the pressure of a given mass of a gas is directly proportional to the absolute temperature. Means Gay-Lussac law has said pressure is directly proportional to temperature when the volume is constant. So P is directly proportional to T. So P is equal to Kt. T means 0 degrees Celsius, you know very well, that is 273.15 Kelvin. So Kt, that is degree Celsius plus 273.15 Kelvin, where K is equal to constant. So K is equal to P by T, or P1 by T1 is equal to P2 by T2, that is equal to K. If T is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, if T is equal to 0 degrees Celsius, then P is equal to P0, hence P0 is equal to K into 273.15, K is equal to P0 by 273.15, P is equal to P0 by 273.15 into T plus 273.15, that is equal to P0 into 1 plus T by 273.15, that is equal to P0 into 1 plus alpha T, where alpha is the pressure coefficient. Thus, for every 1 degree change in the temperature, the pressure of a gas changes by 1 upon 273.15, or approximately 1 by 273 of the pressure at 0 degrees Celsius. This law fails at low temperature because the volume of the gaseous molecules becomes significant. A graph between the pressure and temperature at constant volume is called isochore. What it's called? Isochore. You can see this graph. The significance of Gay-Lussac law is, during summer, with rise in temperature, pressure increases. If pressure is adjusted in tires of automobiles, they may burst. So pressure should be adjusted. Now we are moving towards the Avogadro's law. Equal volume of different gases at the same temperature and pressure contain the same number of molecules. You can see in this diagram 22.4 liter of helium, 22.4 liter of nitrogen, 22.4 liter of methane. Volume, pressure, temperature, mass of a gas, and the number of gas molecules. Thus, at a given temperature and pressure, the volume of a gas is directly proportional to the amount of gases. Means V is directly proportional to N at constant temperature and pressure. So V is equal to Kn, where K is constant. So V1 by N1 is equal to V2 by N2, that is equal to K. It has been observed that 1 mole of a gas at 273 Kelvin and 1 atmospheric pressure, STP or NTP, occupies 22.4 liters. How much it occupies? 22.4 liters. This is called molar volume of a gas. From the Avogadro law, V is equal to Kn, and it is also equal to K into M by M. M means molar mass and atomic mass. So M by V is equal to 1 by Km, D is equal to Km, where D is the density of a gas. Thus we can conclude that density of a gas is directional to its molar mass at constant temperature and pressure. You can see this graph, volume and moles. Now we are going to read about the ideal gas equation. Just we have to compare all these gases law. Automatically we will get an ideal gas equation. Boyle's law, Charles' law and Avogadro's law can be combined as, according to Boyle's law, V is inversely proportional to pressure at constant temperature. According to Charles' law, V is directly proportional to T at constant pressure. According to Avogadro law, V is directly proportional to T at constant temperature and pressure. By combining all the three laws, we get V is directly proportional to NT by P, right? Or you can say PV is directly proportional to NT, or PV is equal to nRT. So Vp by NT is equal to R. R is at a constant. So PV is equal to nRT. For 1 mole of a gas, PV is equal to RT. N is the number of molecules. This equation is called ideal gas equation. What is this called? Ideal gas equation. At a pressure P1 and temperature T1, the volume of a gas is V1. At pressure P2 and temperature T2, the volume of a gas would be V2. From the above equation, P1 V1 by T1 is equal to P2 V2 by T2. This is called combined gas equation. Now, the value of universal gas constant. What will be the value of universal gas constant? R is SI unit. You can see PV is equal to RT. For 1 mole of a gas, R is equal to PV by T. In SI units, P is equal to 1 atmospheric pressure, or that you can say 101,325 Newton per meter square or Pascal. So V is equal to 22.4 decimeter cube, that is equal to 0.0224 meter cube, because 1 meter cube is 1000 decimeter cube. Temperature is equal to 273 Kelvin, that is standard temperature. So the value of R will be 101,325 into 0.0224 divided by 273. So R is equal to 8.314 Newton meter per Kelvin per mole. and that is equal to 8.314 joule per Kelvin per mole. 8.314 into 10 to the power 7 erg per mole per Kelvin. 1.987 calorie per mole per Kelvin, that is equal to 2 calorie per mole per Kelvin, and which is also, if we convert into the liter, that is 0.0821 liter per liter atmospheric per mole per Kelvin. 82.1 centimeter cube per mole per Kelvin. Value of R depends on the units of pressure, volume and temperature as they employ. Now we will discuss about the relationship between the molar mass and gas densities. Very important. For an ideal gas equation, PV is equal to nRT. So PV is equal to W by mRT, where W is equal to mass of the gas and M is equal to molecular weight. So PM is equal to WRT, right? WRT by V. PM is equal to WRT by V. PM is equal to DRT, because W by V is equal to D, density of the gas. So here, what do you think? PM by RT. PM by RT is the density, right? PM by RT is the density. So what does it confirm? This is the relationship between the molar mass and gas densities. So this was our lecture number 2. In the next video, we'll discuss about the lecture number 3. That's all for today. Thank you very much.